Teacher with Wings, and welcome back to another video. So let me take a moment to start the video by expressing my gratitude. Thank you so much to everyone who has been consistently supporting me in this journey. Though I started my YouTube way before, but I wasn't really very regular until June, and after that I have been trying very hard to make the journey consistent. And when I get compliments or comments from your side that you are able to gauge some benefit out of it, that just gives me the enthusiasm to get up again and make another video. Well, this time I'm going to formally begin my series of video where I'll talk about the entire GEPIWAT process. And trust me, this is almost the same in case of all the symbiosis colleges, irrespective of which college you are trying to eye upon, right? It doesn't really matter if you're applying for SIBM Pune or you're applying for SIMS or you're applying for any other college. The process remains the same. So I'll be covering this entire topic in 5 different dedicated videos so that you have a very clear understanding of the same. And this is going to be more of an introduction video where I'll talk about what exactly is the process and what are the things which happens in it. So if you have been someone who has been there with me throughout, thank you so much. But if at all you are someone who's coming to my channel for the first time, then hello once again. Hi, my name is Anuradha. I am a student of HR MBA from SIMS, and this is my platform where I speak my heart out about my entire MBA journey. I'm just on a small mission to make this journey helpful for anyone out there who's trying to prepare for the same. So if you're coming for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon so that you get notified about every update that I am sharing. I am exactly at 699. I do not know if I'd be able to cross the limit of 700 or maybe like 750. I don't know. But एक चीज मेरे दिमाग में है that I want to add some value to this video. So let's directly get into the video and start. So what is this GEPIWAT process? Now, once your SNAP exams are done, the next level of getting the admission is through the GEPIWAT process. What really happens in that is, it's a combination of group exercise and personal interview. That's why it is called GPI and WAT, right? So your group exercise along with your personal interview, there's a weighted average taken of both, and that gives you the total score of the GEPIWAT. Now, before we actually sit down and understand what happens in the process, let's just first of all understand and gauge the importance of the same. Is it really important? The answer will be a clear and bold yes. Why so? Because many a times some of the students fail to perform as per the required level in the SNAP exams. But the same can be improved, it can be made better by performing exceptionally in the GEPIWAT process, because your final offer letter for the admission is going to be on the basis of the combination of both of these scores. Now the question comes, do all the students whenever you are applying for a certain college get the call for the GEPIWAT? The answer is no. Why so? Because after your SNAP results are out, there will be a certain range of scores that will be kept for the college that you have chosen for. In case you get the score according to the score of that particular range, score range of that particular college, you'll get the call for the GEPIWAT. But if you do not, then probably you'll be able to miss this GEPIWAT opportunity. Okay, let me now answer question number 3. How many people get GEPIWAT calls? Now, as a matter of fact, the ratio is mostly somewhere around 1:3 or 1:5. It is not going to be a guarantee that if you're getting a call for the GEPIWAT process, you're going to get the admission for sure. But I think ये तो हम सबको पता है कि जब कभी भी हम किसी process में participate करते हैं, the compulsion of converting it is not on the college, right? That's why you would also see that whenever you get a call for the GEPIWAT, or in fact for that matter for any of the second or third rounds of any of the selection processes, there's an asterisk mark which is attached over there which clearly says that if you're getting a call, it does not guarantee your admission. So please do not be under that impression. Even if you get the call for the GEPIWAT, if you're not able to perform as per the requisite value or as per the requisite level, you might actually miss the opportunity. So you need to be absolutely prepared for the process. Now, How is the process of SNAP or Symbiosis College different from the other colleges? I did sit for a lot of other colleges as well, their interview process and everything. But there was something which I found a little different in our college. Our college in the sense, in the Symbiosis colleges as compared to the others. That is, instead of going for a group group kind of a thing, they basically add some audio visual elements to the group exercise, right? Now, since you are sitting for a management exam, it's important to first of all prove your point, and second of all convince others to agree to your point, right? Now, this process can be equally cordial and at the same point of time hostile as well. So how do you basically perform in a group is what is tested over here. Normally in other colleges, this process happens with the help of a different set of activity, but in SNAP it happens through a GE process, wherein you will be basically called for mostly so from the COVID period. Ever since the COVID started, it started happening online. So obviously the number of people who receive the calls increases because the whole infrastructure that is required to conduct the process reduces, because everything is happening with the aid of internet, right? So first of all, once you come, you'll be asked to keep certain documents ready. Now, sometimes what happens is you may not have those documents at that point of time. First thing first, please do not panic. Why so? Because these are the documents which you can present to the college once you get the admission, provided you're actually getting the admission. I've seen that at times, because we do not have the document, it basically, creates that unnecessary stress which impacts our performance. So just make sure that you're keeping yourself immune from that process, from that kind of pressure, and you're able to actually navigate the entire discussion and say that if you're not able to have or present the document at that point of time, you'll be doing it when the right time comes or whenever you'll have the document ready, right? So do not panic for not having that kind of document, okay? Now, how does it happen? So generally the groups are divided into smaller segments of like 10 to 12, wherein you are given a small amount of time. It's like a small window wherein you introduce yourself to your group members. Many of you would find it like a very frail activity. You would feel like, what's the point of talking to someone? But trust me, when you interact with people at that point of time, it is important. Why so? Because it gives you an idea that what kind of thought process the other person is having. And trust me, all of these things are very well thought of. There is a reason behind it, right? So what happened with my case was, I clearly remember, so the time period, that window which was given for everyone to interact and everything, I used it very judicially to interact with my fellow group members, just to understand that what are their thoughts about a certain thing. That helped me in my GE process when it actually began. So make sure you're making the use of that. Now what happens is, once your GE process starts, they will give you a picture, right? Now this is according to what happened in my time period. It might have a little bit of change in the coming years, but yes, the concepts and the basic principles would still remain the same. So they gave us a picture and they gave us a time limit of 15 minutes where they said that you have to frame a story from the picture that you are seeing. And trust me, those were all very absurd pictures. They had literally nothing to do with each other. Now what mistake my group did was, we thought that we are getting 15 minutes for discussing, and then we'll be getting the time to present. But apparently that wasn't the reality. In the process itself, we consumed our entire 15 minutes in agreeing, in basically framing the entire thing, that how exactly we need to go about with it. And the moment the 15 minutes were done, when we said that okay fine, we are ready to present, we were given the instruction that we have actually exhausted our time. So this brings me to another very important and crucial point, that please listen to the instructions. Sometimes the instructions are given in a certain manner, but we presume it according to the way we want to take it forward, right? Do not make mistakes in understanding the instructions, because once the time exhausts, the entire process is so time bound that you would not be given the chance to repeat yourself or to make any kinds of amends, right? So once your GE process is done, Then you will be taken for the personal interview. Now what happens is they give you a tentative time period, because obviously keeping everyone awaited doesn't really make sense. So they give a tentative time period to everyone that your personal interview will start for so and so time period. So from your Zoom meeting wherein you are in the group, you will be called according to the tentative time period, and you will be presenting or giving your interview, personal interview. Now the interviews can range in different manners. Some interviews can be extremely technical, and some interviews can be extremely, on your behavioral side. So no one can actually predict what basically happens in that particular personal interview section. But once your personal interview is done, you're given all the instructions by the representatives, and throughout the process you are given a WhatsApp link. This is again for the age of communication. You're given the link where you can get all your questions answered, and you get all the information. Once the GEPIWAT process is done, you'll be told that you are done for the day. After that, what happens is your results come. So generally, it takes close to around 1 month for the college to assess your performance, compare it with the rest of the candidates, and then finally release the result. So once you get the result, you would be given the option either to accept it or decline. And if you wish to accept, you will be supposed to pay the fee of the first semester, which in case of SIMS was close to 3,70,000 when I paid, can be a little higher this time, within a stipulated time. And if you do that, your admission basically gets confirmed. So this was the overview of the whole process. We'll deal with each of the segments separately again, and what I am trying to do is I will also be showing you some pictures alongside in the next coming video, so that you can get an idea that how exactly you can go about with the thought process. At the same point of time, I'll be more than happy to answer the questions that you would want to post on my videos. Please do not shy away. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search me by the name Anuradha Singh, and I'll be there to help you out over there as well. I really hope these series of videos are going to help you, and if it does, then please reward me back with that like and also the subscribe. So thank you so much. Probably this is going to be the last video of the year. If it is, then Happy New Year in advance. But if it is not an issue. Just be accustomed to see the face once again, probably tomorrow, with a bonus video, and then we will also practice some of the GEPIWAT processes as well. So give your feedback how I can make it more effective and helpful for you. I'll be trying my level best to make it more and more fruitful. That was it. Thank you so much. Have a great time. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.